Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 11th Hour Gaming Channel. I am AJ Gells, and this is my weekly news show, the 11th Hour. I apologize for this being up a day late. You know, currently this is Saturday, February 20th. This went live at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. The time it usually does on Friday, if you can't tell by listening to me. Yesterday I was fairly sick, lost my voice. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be coughing in the camera. But I kind of lost my voice. I'm still dealing with it a little bit, so I'll try and speak up and cut through, and so just so I can get this show done. That makes it sound like I'm not gonna do a good job. I'm gonna do the best I can. But seriously, guys, thanks so much for tuning back into the show. This is the 5-month anniversary of this channel. This is episode 20 in about 4 weeks, a month, blah 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 blah. So this is the 20th week I've been doing this, so about 5 months. I know this is like a weird milestone. As I said last week, though, I had this big subscriber push. I think I'm now over 1,000 views total between all my videos, and that's numbers that I honestly never thought I'd have, let alone at the end of 5 months. So I just wanted to say thank you to all my my supporters. Thank you so much. It's been a great ride. And unfortunately now I will be closed now. I'm just fucking with you. No, but it's been a really fun ride to this point, and I can't wait to see what happens in the future. I'm gonna definitely keep doing this for the years to come. So yeah, just thank you so much. Keep watching, and to anybody else who has only watched this show or just tuned into this show for the first time, or really just stumbled across this by complete freak accident, please tune in every week. The show usually goes live on Fridays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Check out my Let's Plays, all that stuff that also goes on at this channel. And if you ever like any of my videos, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you want. That means a lot to me. Drop me a comment, find me on Facebook, Twitter, or my website, all down in the description below. But that's the long and short of it. Today's also kind of a cool day for me. It's my birthday, and I turned 22. I'm not sure the tense of that. Either way, I'm 22 as of today. So it's a really fun day for me. I'm gonna record. I have no idea other than this show. It's currently like 5 in the morning while I'm doing this. I don't know why the fuck any of that matters, but I'm sharing my life with you guys. So I'll shut the fuck up about all that stuff. I'll go into the news. That's what the show's about. This is wrapping up our weekly our weekly gaming news. And I guess I'll kind of preface this first story. This is a sort of a sad case. In the middle, there's some stuff that goes into something that I'm very passionate about going on in the gaming industry. Something that I like to. I talk about it a lot in some of my Let's Plays. I thought about doing like a big thing about it right here on this episode. But I thought that would take too much time. It would be really too preachy, really too, soapboxy, and it would piss some people off, especially if I went too quick and whatnot, and didn't get my full thought and opinion out there. But if you guys want to hear that full opinion, my full ideas on what I'm getting at, you can, like I said, tweet at me, find me on Facebook, drop me a comment, all that kind of stuff. I'll be happy to do that. Now, officially onto the news after 4 minutes. I'm sorry. Onto the news. This first story, like I said, is a little bit of a sad one. Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia has passed away at the age of 79. This was earlier this week. If you don't know who Scalia is, he was very big in the. I'm making sure I get the case right. Brown versus the Entertainment Merchants Association. This was a court case, I want to say back in 2011. I think that was what the date was. He voted in favor of the gaming industry, by the way, and really so did a majority. It was a 7-2 vote in favor of the Entertainment Merchants Association. Basically, this is on a bill of whether or not that would basically ban the sale and rental of violent video games to children. By this bill, a violent video game is defined as, and I quote, game in which the range of options available to a player includes killing, maiming, dismembering, or sexually assaulting an image of a human being. That's... Sorry. Also, the article continues to go on to read, and I quote, under the law, retailers that sold such games would be subject to a $1,000 fine. The bill also would have required violent video games to bear a 2-inch by 2-inch sticker with a solid, and this is like a quote within a quote, either way, solid white 18 outlined in black on their front covers. This is basically twice the size, end quote, and this is basically twice the size of what our current ESRB ratings stickers are, and it would have been actually about twice that size. Right here, this is where I'm like, I would go into something, but that would take too long. Like I said, drop me a comment if you want to really hear my thoughts on something kind of relating to this. Basically, that was the idea. Going on, part of the ruling, and this is this upcoming part. This was part of the ruling. It was written by Scalia. It reads, and I quote: "The most basic principle that government lacks that government lacks the power to restrict." I'm sorry. Again, I'm having trouble speaking. And I quote: "The most basic principle that government lacks the power to restrict expression because of its message, ideas, subject matter, or content, is subject to a few limited exceptions for historically unprotected speech, such as obscenity, incitement, and fighting words." That's a funny part. But a legislature cannot create new categories of unprotected speech simply by weighing the value of a particular category against its social cost and then punishing it if it fails the test. This quote was used in the article. The long and short of it, it's basically saying that you can't make a new category, basically, other than that obscenity, incitement, and fighting words idea. You can't make a brand new category. You yourself can't make up a category and say it's offensive and then use it in basically in laws. That's the long as I've understood it. He also continues to write, and I really enjoy this. Scalia also writes, "Reading Dante is unquestionably more cultured and intellectually edifying than playing Mortal Kombat, but these cultural and intellectual differences are not constitutional ones." Basically, meaning just because one's more, like I said, it's intellectually stimulating and whatnot, then the other doesn't mean the other one, as in Mortal Kombat, should be punished for that and should have its it should be lacking. Basically, and this is my absolute favorite thing that he wrote, kind of like in his statement of the ruling, was the basic principles of freedom of speech do not vary with a new and different communication medium. It basically means that the people who make these games have every right to put this. This is basically what made video games be looked at as art, in the same vein as TV, books, that sort. This was very important to the video game industry. I thought that needed stated and brought up on the show. No matter what your faith is, your prayers or whatever it is. I'm sorry, I don't know every religion in the world or what you are, but whatever faith, please remember what Scalia did for us as gamers, and allows us to continue enjoying as. So that's a big thing. I got that article from Eddie McCooch over at GameSpot. All right, moving on to some lighter news. On February 23rd, you can play Hitman Go Definitive Edition on PS4 and Vita. Yes, a Hitman game that's light and fun. And yes, anybody who's questioning, this game has a platinum now. This is a port, I believe, from I believe the game is only on iOS and Android. Really good game. If you haven't gone out and played it, it's it kind of looks like a board game, but it's Hitman style and it's very strategic. It's a really interesting game. This was over on the PlayStation blog, posted by Nicholas Verge, community manager for Square Enix Montreal. According to the Doom Twitter page, you can currently pre-order Doom. That is now available. But kind of jumping on this, this is from an article by Luke Riley over at IGN. Apparently, according to ID Software, the developer, they claim the Doom campaign will to be around 13 plus hours. It all it depends on the difficulty. An easier difficulty you'll finish faster, harder difficulty will take longer, that kind of thing. So that's kind of interesting though. I'm not a big Doom guy. I respect what it is for the industry for what it was in the past, but really not a big Doom guy. But I'll probably play this. But 13 plus hour campaign, that's not bad. That's fairly meaty kind of bit of content. Apparently, there's been a new speedrun record set for The Witness. This was done by Fearful Ferret. That's a fun name to say. Apparently, he 100% of the game in 3 hours, 16 minutes, and 21 seconds. And basically, he describes a 100% as completing, and I quote, everything tracked on the load screen. Apparently others have completed the game in a faster time, but this is the first time it has been done at 100%. Article by Cassidy Moser over at IGN. Alright, everybody, hide your sadness for this. Knack 2 is apparently in development. Article by Alex Osborne over at IGN. Yeah, that game needed a sequel. I don't know. I've heard very mixed opinions about that. I never played it. I've seen gameplay of it, and I'm like, I don't know. I didn't impress me, but who knows? I'm sorry if I insulted a game that you enjoyed. That's just, I don't know why that game got a sequel. I heard it didn't sell well. It was a launch time. Whatever. Moving on. This I actually find really sad. Mass Effect Andromeda lead writer Chris Schlerf, Schlerf. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Is apparently leaving BioWare to go to Bungie. This is shortly after David Gator left. Anybody? I talked about that a week or so ago. And prior to Gator, Senior Development Director Chris Wynn also left. Okay. I meant to smack my head against the desk. Yeah, it didn't work. Just god damn it, stop leaving! Well, give me a release date at least. I'm looking at this with hopeful optimism that the game's mostly done, at least from their perspective. I'd feel so much better if we had a freaking release date, not the fall of this year. I'm just like, I want this game to come out, and I want it to be good, because I loved Mass Effect, and I'm going to be sad if it doesn't, and it doesn't come out this year. Either way, article by Brian Shea over at Game Informer. I take my Mass Effect very seriously, people. I love the original trilogy. Really want those remastered. Either way. Also in BioWare news, Dragon Age executive producer Mark Dara is asking fans through Twitter if they would play a Dragon Age Tactics game. The article reads, Dara then clarified, saying that Tactics referred to games like XCOM and Fire Emblem. Currently, a huge majority says yes, with a small bit of that majority saying only if it was on iOS and Android, and another slightly higher than that group saying PC only. I don't know. I'd play it on anything. I'd play it on PC. I'd play it on console. I don't care. That article by Stephen Storm over at IGN. I hope this is. I hope this is made. I'm sorry, I'm stammering because like I don't know how to go make this game. I love I love XCOM. I love these kind of tactical games. Kind of a I don't know, kind of like a deep cut, I guess you could say, if anybody remembers Operation Darkness for the that was a 360 exclusive by Atlas. That game was considered to be absolutely terrible, and I loved the shit out of it. It was a World War II era game. You fought the Nazis, and they had vampires, and you were with werewolves, and it was great. Yeah, that I will say though that I don't know, it had a neat art style. I don't know. You ever want me to talk about that again? Tell me. I'll talk Operation Darkness all the time. That game was fun. Either way, apparently Kojima wanted to make Silent Hills. The current what was the PT, which was going to be Silent Hills, his new project. He wanted to collaborate with, and I really wish this would have happened because I would have been actually excited for this game. Cliff Bleszinski. If anybody doesn't know who Bleszinski is, he was the creative director, basically the man behind Gears of War. Basically revolutionized the third-person shooter genre. Like the cover-based system was that most third-person games used was based Bleszinski. I don't like Silent Hills or Silent Hill. I don't like the movie. I didn't like the game, the old games. I didn't like the movies. Not my thing. I enjoy Kojima's work, and I respect his art. I like Metal Gear, but yeah, I granted the newer Metal Gears. I enjoyed 3. Snake Eater, I still love it, and I still love that song Snake Eater from Snake Eater. Great song. Either way, and I love the Phantom Pain. But yeah, Silent Hill never kind of resonated with me. I'm sorry, I'm letting my personal stuff into the news again. I'm sorry. But apparently, Bleszinski sent out through Twitter. And I quote, Kojima once told me he wanted me to do a new Silent Hill with him together out of LA. I was flattered, but declined. And then later posted explaining why he declined, saying, and I quote, I don't like LA, I love new IP, and I would have fucked up Silent Hill. I don't know. I would have liked to play that game, but again, it's probably because I like Cliff Bleszinski. I believe Bleszinski's right now working on a new arena-based shooter. I want to say it's Lawbreakers? Some with law in it. I can't remember the exact title. That article was by Jordan Serrani over at IGN. This next article by Nicole Carpenter, also of IGN, reads, Activision has laid off employees from its Minneapolis, Minnesota branch following its quarterly earnings call. This is apparently due to its casual audiences, its casual audience games. Games like Guitar Hero, Skylanders, basically underperforming. So they had to make cutbacks, and that's kind of what got cut back. My thoughts, prayers, all that good stuff. That's to the people who've been laid off. I hope they find good work and continue on in the industry. This next one. This is this is fun to talk about. The final DLC for Battlefield Hardline will drop this coming March. Just wait, it gets better. This is from the article, too. Basically, this DLC will include, and I quote, an item essential to police operations, the sword. A game about cops and robbers needs a fucking sword. Hell if I know. Apparently Battlefield Hardline Betrayal, which is the name of the new DLC, will contain 7 new weapons, the sword included, don't worry, 4 new maps, Alcatraz, Cemetery, Chinatown, and Thin Ice, 2 new vehicles, and new customization options on primary weapons and uniforms. Article by Owen S. Good at Polygon. personally, I liked Battlefield Hardline. I enjoyed the campaign. I didn't play I didn't play around with the DLC. That's interesting that they'd add swords to a game with who knows? Maybe it'll work and not be weird. Oh well. Greg Kinessa, basically the Xbox Live Arcade creator, is urging and believes that Microsoft should bring back the Xbox Live Arcade for Xbox One. You know, obviously believing it will do well and help boost revenue of the Xbox One. Alex Osborne of IGN. Sorry, we're down into like the ending part where pretty much all of these are kind of like one-liner and short. Apparently, Rise of the Tomb Raider has won the Writers Guild of America's Outstanding Achievement in Video Game Writing. That's something that can be put on a plaque. Basically, the game beat out The Witcher 3, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and Pillars of Eternity. Article was by Owen S. Good over at Polygon. Fantastic. Rise of the Tomb Raider was a fantastic game, well written. I was my number 2 of 2015, underneath The Witcher 3. Great game. Can't say enough about it. Now that it's coming out on PC and later PS4 later this year, there's no reason not to pick this game up, play it. I'm probably gonna get it again for PS4, just so I can try and platinum it. But yeah, fantastic game. If you haven't picked it up yet, I suggest it. Go get it now. Last week I talked about how Quantum Break is getting a PC release. It's true, but it will not be coming to Steam. Apparently, this game will be a Microsoft Store exclusive. This is according to Matt Porter over at IGN. Or the article that I got this from was from Mike Porter at IGN. That's interesting. I mean, I guess I get why, but at the same time, why the hell would you not drop it on Steam? I don't know. I mean, I haven't played around with the Microsoft Store. You know, I run Windows and all that, you know, on my PC, and I use Steam because I think it's easier. I don't know. Granted, I find Steam to be very easy and accessible. I don't know exactly how the Microsoft Store works, so who knows? Maybe it won't hurt them, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like a good idea. Either way. The Kijuju map from Resident Evil 5, that's a fun word to say, will be in Resident Evil Umbrella Corps, or Corpse. Core. Yeah, I think Core. If you don't know what Resident Evil Umbrella Corps is, it's the, I believe it's a third-person shooter. It's a team-based, a team-based game, where basically what you're doing, it's kind of like a team deathmatch, but while you're trying to kill each other, there's also zombies walking about, so you have to be careful when to shoot. It's a very stealth-based PvP. I believe it will also feature some single player and some stuff that's kind of like horde mode. A really interesting game, in my opinion. Nicole Carpenter at IGN as well, where this article information came from. But yeah, I'm interested to see what that game's going to do. I think it's a PC and PS4 exclusive. WWE 2K16 is coming to PC on March 11th. All of the DLC that was available for the game will be available and free. So if you want to go play that article by Eddie McCooch over at GameSpot, I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I don't know. I thought the WWE games have been dropping since they started putting the 2K, which I think, 14? I think it was 14. It was around the time. 13? I can't remember. I think Edge was on the cover of the last. No, CM Punk was. I don't know. I can't fully remember. I enjoy pro wrestling. If you couldn't tell. But no, I really I used to really like these games for a couple of years, and then the 2K, then they added the 2K to the title. I think it was when 2K took over, and I don't know, they haven't been the same since. It kind of feels like they've gotten rid of the whole. It feels like it's the it's like it's the WWE. We're treating it like a real sport, and it's like it doesn't work for what it is. It kind of loses its zaniness, and it's what the WWE is. My opinion, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's completely changed. I haven't played 16. I probably should. Just haven't got. Been busy and haven't gotten around to it. So who knows? I might be just talking about the last couple. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. Like I said, March 11th on PC. Our penultimate story. It's a fun way of saying next to last. Dead Island Retro Revenge will involve, and I quote, bloody violence and online interactivity. This was rated by the Australian government, and this begs to question, that article by Matt Paget over at GameSpot, by the way. This begs the question, where the fuck is Dead Island 2? Like, that game was supposed to be out, maybe not out, but that game has been fucking dormant. Where the hell is it? And now we're talking about this new game, unless this game is 2, but different. Some people are speculating. I believe when I'm listening to PS I Love You XOXO, Colin Moriarty, Greg Miller, I think they were speculating this is probably going to be a bundle between the original Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide. My question is, where the hell is Dead Island 2? Is that even is it still being worked on? What the hell? I don't know. I mean, I'm interested in Dead Island, even though I thought Dying Light did a better job of because it was to me, Dying Light was like, if you basically, I like the comparison. It's like if you mix Mirror's Edge with Dead Island. There we go. That's the name of the game. I almost said Dead Rising. I'm like, that's not right. Yeah. I don't know. I'm interested to see what Dead Island could do with a sequel, but where is the sequel? Either way. Moving on to the final story. This is just really simple. Firaxis, the developers of XCOM and XCOM 2, have basically released a fix, basically for known crashes and to improve performance issues. That article by Matt Porter at IGN. Great game. If you haven't checked out XCOM 2, I'm still working on it. My Let's Play series is up. I've kind of gone on a small hiatus from it, and I really need to kind of jump back into. It's what I'm planning on doing this weekend, just playing a bunch of XCOM 2 and recording it and just having fun with that. But yeah, fantastic game. Great depth to it. As I've kind of said it, I think they added more systems, but each system is less deep than the previous installments. So it's kind of like, instead of having like you know what I mean? Like, you're in a puddle about that deep, you're now in this wide lake that's only about that deep. It's kind of, they added depth by adding more variety, so it feels like there's more, even though there might be less or the same. I don't know if I'm just rambling and you have no fucking idea what I'm talking about, but fantastic game. Go check it out over on Steam, or I think it's only on Steam. I don't know where else it is. Well, there you go, guys. That's been your all the a bunch of the news that happened this past week. Once again, I apologize for my voice. Hopefully it'll be back to normal next week when the show goes live. Again, on Friday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Come back by, check it out. Like I said, if you like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop me a comment, go to the description below, find me on Facebook, Twitter, or my website, and you can send me anything through there. Stay connected to whatever's going on in the channel. And if this video made you want to stick around and watch more of my stuff, I have no idea why. I've been rambling, and I don't know what I sound like. I probably sound fucking awful. But that's it for this week, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I probably said this way too much, but I'm serious. I love talking about games and playing them and all that. So, it's my favorite kind of stuff to do. and the fact that you guys watch it on a weekly / daily hour whatever basis, it's really cool to me, and it means a lot. So guys, thanks so much for watching and all that stuff. I'm AJ Gels. This is the 11th Hour Gaming Channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'm out.